Yeah, I mean,
That's
I'm
an
inquired
annual
that,
revenue?
Well, are you-
Karen, I think, has some info.
There's the mining and, once. I mean, it's, what Ken Bunch is assessing is different from the Public Resource Code that allows, it's the Mineral and Lands Leasing Act of 1920, that's modified in
Right, you're
1970. But
assessing what's underneath the ground.
right, and that's, Karen will have to answer that, and
Okay.
Ken would have to tell you how he's doing his black bag.
Now, I too was involved, I'm involved in a Fort Sage interconnect that Jim was speaking of. Pluma Sierra's got a project that we're trying to connect to the east, and where power is considerably cheaper, and we want to wheel it to California. I didn't see Washoe County or Lassen County or anybody putting money out for studies. It was all driven by Pluma Sierra Rural Electric. And so I kind of have trouble with us spending money, our taxpayers' dollars, for something like that, when private investors should be doing these studies. On the other hand, on the other side of that coin, Sierra Army Depot is going to be 100% they're mandated to be 100% green by 2025. Probably most people don't know that. So that's an issue that's coming. And
They have to be.
that they're mandated, they're one of the 7 bases, Army bases to be. Now, if that'll happen, who
Yeah,
knows?
next question.
Yeah, if that'll happen, who knows? But I mean, we do have to be aware of this geothermal stuff. We're not realizing much money off the, and I was under the impression that the geothermal was funding this study, the geothermal revenue.
It is proposed to be paid for out of the geothermal account.
So that's something I have to talk to Karen about. But,
Karen's right here.
yeah, I know, I saw her. She's not,
Yeah,
she's not
and
saying
you
anything.
reminded me too that by mentioning the Army, you know, we had the Department of Navy in here, and they've declassified their low ceilings, and they have a whole
Repeat that
effort.
again?
We had the Department of Navy in here maybe 8 months to a year ago, and they've declassified their low ceiling flight patterns.
Yes.
And so they have opened up this whole branch of people that will help and assist with these kind of efforts, and they are very
Absolutely.
interested in participating
Absolutely.
in this effort as well. And I think that that's important to know because, you
Absolutely.
know,
And one of the reasons why I brought that up, Maury, is maybe the federal government can drive these studies instead of us. Who
well,
knows?
they haven't, you know, come out and said they're gonna spend money, but they kind of dance around.
They're gonna get pushed into it sooner or later. I don't think there's any question.
But, you know, money is
Is it
assistance.
2025, who knows? But,
But even if they were to help with staff, I mean, that's still money spent, so.
absolutely.
Okay, let's, Karen, you want to answer that question?
No,
Where do you lay that?
I really don't have a lot of information to offer. Deposits are made into the county treasury on a regular basis and they come through the state. The state maintains a geothermal resource development account that receives revenue pursuant to the Mineral Lands Leasing Act of 1920. And the revenues are derived from the sale of leases. That's all I know.
Okay.
And it's about $30,000 a year.
Very
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, what I hope we would consider and agree on is agree to fund step 1 for $9,900, which is to review the current audit and get some feedback, some suggestions, but with that, with the instruction being to look at the element and tell us how we could come up with something that's more business friendly, if you will. But at the same time, agendize just for discussion only, something, 4 or 6 weeks out, on the energy element and possibly updating the energy element, but get all the players in the room, the Invenergies, the wood chip guys, the Alex, the geothermal guys, and fill the room with some knowledge, of have really the stakeholders, the people that wanna partner with us and help make us money.
Isn't that what this process would
Yep,
do?
but before we commit to this, get some feedback from this company on how we could improve this to be more business friendly. It's right here at line item number 1, $9,900.
But I
But
would,
and if they say no, they're not interested, then they're not interested.
but we would need to recirculate, we would not approve this contract and come back to you with something else.
Why don't we just table this matter and ask Juchek to come and talk to us about this issue? That we-
No,
It's
but-
part of this broader conversation.
Yeah, but, you know, if we,
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I agree with Mr. Wassick. Let's get the folks, the how you do it crowd in here, not if you do it. This is what you have to do, folks. And the consultant, that's the consultant. That's what he's gonna tell us. And I think we need to scope this out and define more what we wanna see as the end product. And I agree totally with what you're suggesting.
So then I would propose that we say you disapprove the contract and then we come back to you.
Let's
with-
just table the contract.
Yeah, basically, we don't need to take, if you take no action on it,
I mean, if you take no action on it, it's still before them, the RFP is still valid, if they decide to approve it at a later date, they can.
Okay.
So we could schedule some sort of energy workshop, as the supervisor was talking about, invite these people as a part of it, Energy and other people.
That would be-
and-
that would
and
be
have
a
a
good-
conversation on what the energy potential, and what we need to prepare for.
And then we can decide if what this contract proposes to do fits what we see as the outcome of that scoping session.
That's fine, because frankly, I don't know if everybody's even read it now, so Tom probably hasn't had it, or excuse me, Mr. Supervisor.
so consensus by the board to give staff that direction? Okay.
Should we schedule, just to pick a date, will everybody be here on, say, November 19th, and do it in the afternoon or something like that?
Well, November 19th, I'm gonna be leaving that day for the CSAC meeting in
Well, CSAC's
San
that
Jose,
week,
and so,
okay.
and I think you're gonna be
I am too,
going
okay.
too, so that probably.
Maybe the 12th then?
Yeah, the 12th.
Or moving to December when, I mean, just looking for a date that sort of works for
We meet
everybody.
on the 26th this November.
Closer you get to Christmas, I've learned between Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's hard to get
Right.
things put together.
I would say let's shoot for the 26th, because we meet on that day.
November 26th.
November 26th in the afternoon, this
In
is
the
probably a long conversation, so schedule it for 1:30 on the 26th.
Sure.
And staff is directed to invite not only this consultant, but also in Energy and other
Any
interested.
private development agreement.
I think
Sarah
we need to
Plymouth would send
include,
somebody,
we need
you
to
know.
send REA, Elma,
Oh, yeah.
everybody who's interested in this, and I'd like to see the list before, as it goes out or whatever, Marty, to make sure we get everybody included.
Yeah, you need the transmission folks, because that's got, you can have all the projects you want, but if there's no transmission,
Don't forget our neighbors in Nevada, because they should probably be included in this also.
No, good point, yeah.
Absolutely.
how are we gonna break down that donut hole? That's part of what this is about.
A lot of that's population driven.
Okay, I think we have a consensus of the board, direction to staff. Are you okay, Marty?
Yes.
Maury?
Can we add one more to the list to consider? I think the federal agencies, BLM Forest Service, those folks, whomever else additional should be invited too, because they're major landholders in the county in terms of the acreage. And so whether it's energy being developed on their projects, sites, or the transmission corridors that they can affect, I think,
How about the
They-
state? What's the state
yes,
involved?
yeah, the state, any of those players need to be involved in this effort, so I think they should be invited as well.
So as I'm understanding the question that we're asked to be answered, is sort of a two-part. What is the what is the potential for energy development in Lassen County? And B, what can we do as Lassen County to facilitate that development?
In terms of a how you do it strategy versus if you come, this is what you have to do, which is kind of the approach we took with SIDS.
How do you put together a policy that will attract outside investors?
Right. So your basic policy objective is to attract the investment
Yes.
in this county, okay.
Okay, are we good?
Yep.
All right, thank you guys. With that, we're gonna take a 5-minute break.
Mark, may I ask?
Oh, I'm sorry, stop, go backwards, Iona McCain.
Yeah, I would like to ask more about your NV Energy Oski. Is this part of the corporation that bought up, Warren Buffett bought up the energy
I'm sorry,
projects
Anna, I have
in
no idea.
Nevada?
Yes,
Oski,
I don't know, but NV Energy, absolutely.
Yeah, because I remember,
no, wait, so NV Energy is not N Energy.
No,
They're
All right.
two different things.
But this
They're-
Oski thing?
Oski is, I don't know what their background is, but, so don't confuse Nevada with End Energy that had the Forest Lake proposal, or has the Forest Lake proposal.
do you know the exact location of that swimming pool? That's a big pool.
It's right across the street from Honey Lake Power. Now it's just a head right there sitting
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I know what they look
In the day though, it was quite something to see when
Oh,
we were
yeah.
drilling it.
Any other question?
No, the reason I say that is because he's very interested in coming into California and picking up, these
More
transmission.
about it?
Yes, what I
Any more
read.
questions from the public? Are we good now? Okay, now we'll take a 5-minute break.
Because they're saying, I don't think, they're saying themselves,